So the next step, the evolution of Xbox looks like it could be coming next year. And a lot of this is dependent on the Xbox Activision Blizzard acquisition. As we know, Phil Spencer and Xbox, they have talked, and we've seen all of the stuff that has come out within the documents from the CMA and to the European Commission and even the FTC. All of those documents Xbox is talking about trying to gain a bigger stronghold in the mobile space. That's really where they are lacking. And it is a no-brainer right now if you're a video game company to try to create more mobile games and try to make more money off of that, because that's where all the money is. Everybody has a mobile phone. You can make pretty good games now based off of the power of phones that are out there. All the smartphones can run a lot of pretty good stuff. I mean, you look at Call of Duty Mobile, you look at Diablo Immortal, you look at a bunch of other games out there that look really good on your phone. They are looking at this as the next big way to get in and to dominate more of the market and to get more people into their ecosystem, into the Xbox ecosystem. And we have this article here from the Financial Times saying Microsoft plans mobile games app store to rival Apple and Google. But what is interesting is that they're saying it could be coming as soon as next year. And this is some stuff that Phil Spencer says. He says, we want to be in a position to offer Xbox and content from both us and our third-party partners across any screen where somebody wants to play. Today, we can't do that on mobile devices, but we want to build towards a world that we think will be coming where those devices are opened up. Now, they kind of already do that. I know he says that they don't do that today, but you think about cloud gaming, it is accessible on any mobile device, even on an Apple mobile device. Although, as we know, the entire thing that happened with Apple was that Apple essentially blocked cloud gaming from their platform. They're saying that they're not blocking it, but they essentially are, because they blocked the Xbox Game Pass app, forcing Xbox to, if they wanted to release all of their games onto the App Store, they would actually have to release every single game within Game Pass individually as an app that could be downloaded. We know what Xbox said. They said, screw that. We aren't doing that. We're going to create a workaround via the browser for Xbox Cloud Gaming to make sure that people on Apple, if they do want to use our services, they will still have some opportunity. But it just isn't the same as releasing native apps into a store and releasing potentially your own app store where you can download all of these games. Now, what is coming in 2024 is the European Union's Digital Markets Act, which is going to be big for the duopoly that is Google and Apple. For them, they're probably not that happy about it, but what's going to happen is that they are now going to be forced to actually have to host third-party stores on their platform. So if you're on Android or you're on Apple, you actually have the opportunity to use a different app store to download games and to play these games. And this is where Microsoft wants to capitalize. They want to be able to make the Xbox App Store, the Xbox Game Pass or Game Studios mobile app store, where you're going to go in there and you're actually going to be able to download all of the games that they will be releasing specifically for the mobile platform. As of right now, there really isn't any that Xbox makes. There is some Windows small little games. Like I was just playing around with the Xbox app the other day, and directly through your Xbox app on your Android device or Apple device, you can play games like on Microsoft Jewel or something, all of those like smaller mobile styles of games that are currently made by Microsoft. You can actually play those right through the app itself. But obviously, if the Activision Blizzard acquisition does go through, they're going to have access to some of the biggest mobile games out there in Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile itself, the Diablo Immortal, and games like Candy Crush and all of the stuff that King actually does put out. Now, Phil Spencer says that he says here, however, argued that the deal could boost competition in what he called the largest platform that people play on, which are smartphones. And right now it is a duopoly with Apple and Google. And it is. I mean, there's a smartphone in pretty much everybody's hands. He says the Digital Markets Act that's coming, those are the kinds of things that we are planning for. I think it is a huge opportunity. And under the DMA, the EU is expected to designate Apple and Google as gatekeepers, requiring them to change the rules that govern how apps are distributed on iPhones and Android devices. However, the big tech companies could appeal against this designation, delaying enforcement beyond the March deadline. So that will be interesting to see if they do appeal, and how are they going to handle this if they are the gatekeepers deciding about the rules in terms of how apps are distributed on their platforms. That will be an interesting thing to see what they would come up with, because I guess from this they would have to they would have to include all of these third-party app stores that want to come onto their platforms. They would have to include Xbox, and these deals or whatever they do for gatekeeping this type of stuff obviously is going to have to be fair in some way. And one of the biggest things with the Epic versus Apple case, which is where we first really heard about all of the stuff that Xbox was wanting to do. I think we first heard about Xbox wanting to open up an app store back with that case when the documents came out, was basically that what they were doing, what Apple was doing specifically, is they weren't allowing Fortnite to actually charge customers for microtransactions through their app, which means that they had to go through the Apple App Store, which means that they had to split more of the revenue. And we all know all the debacle of that case, and the fact that we found out a lot of stuff as well in that case, specifically with PlayStation and PlayStation wanting to block crossplay for as long as they did, and how they wanted to get a specific deal for crossplay so that all of the other platforms would have to pay PlayStation a certain amount because they thought that they were the best platform, the most important platform out there, as they brought the most amount of players to the crossplay. And then eventually PlayStation gave in and finally said okay to crossplay, which is something that we have now, we've had for a number of years now, which has made gaming all better, which if it was up to PlayStation, there would be no crossplay at all. Now, the other interesting thing that came out about which will show that the mobile side of gaming is probably going to be the biggest competition for Xbox. It'll be cloud and it'll be mobile gaming, and it isn't really going to be as much as PlayStation anymore as competition for Microsoft in the future years, as we are seeing Netflix as well expand their plans for gaming. Right now on Netflix, if you are subscribed, you do get access to, free with your subscription, to a gaming service of mobile games that you can download straight to your phone. You just click on it, and I believe it brings you to the Play Store. Like I tried it on Android, brought me to the Google Play Store. Then I could download that game and play it. And these are games that you would have to purchase if you weren't subscribed to Netflix. And they're looking to expand their entire drive into the mobile gaming market. As they say here, Netflix plans to launch 40 more video games before the end of 2023 as it pushes forward with its plans to be a global force in gaming. It says why it matters: with a massive subscriber base of more than 200 million people and a drive to find new areas of growth, Netflix is signaling that its investment in games is just getting started. The company has 70 games in the works from external partners and 16 games in various stages of development from Netflix's growing roster of internal games studios. Some of those teams were also acquired and some of them were built, which everyone is doing now. They're acquiring studios and then also going and trying to build more studios organically. Upcoming games include an April exclusive from Ubisoft called Mighty Quest Rogue Palace. And we saw that at the Ubisoft event that they had a few months back, where they went over all of the new Assassin's Creed stuff that is coming out, which I'm extremely excited for. And they announced all these partnerships with Netflix. I think there's also some series, some movie or TV series coming out between Ubisoft and Netflix with Assassin's Creed. And then they also announced games that they're working in partnership with Netflix to bring to their platform. It says an unspecified tie-in to a Netflix show from Super Evil Megacorp and a 2024 re-release of the iconic mobile puzzle series Monument Valley, which first appeared on Netflix in a very different way back in 2015. And they say here that Netflix has been offering games through its mobile app at no extra cost to subscribers since 2021. And they have launched 55 games so far from indies and then one big publisher, Ubisoft. So you can just bet right here that Netflix is looking to expand out to more big publishers. They probably want to get out there and get more bigger games onto their platform and really be a force in the mobile gaming market. So when it comes to this plan here that Microsoft is trying to do, one of the big reasons why they're trying to get Xbox and Activision Blizzard and acquire them, bring them into game studios, is they see the writing on the wall going forward that mobile right now is where they're lacking, and mobile has the biggest growth opportunity. And there are multiple companies right now trying to get into it and compete with the likes of Apple and Google and Netflix. A massive company, 200 million subscribers, is going to be there as well. And if Xbox can grow Game Pass, they're going to have gamers literally on every device, every single platform, not just via the cloud, but also via being able to natively download these games. So that's the plan. This is the next evolution of Xbox, and that is expanding more to mobile games, creating a mobile app store, which could be coming as early as 2024. But I'm going to leave the video there, guys. Let me know what you think about this. The biggest question here, I want you guys to let me know, would you be interested if you're a console gamer, you're a PC gamer, do you play mobile games at all? And would you be interested in what Xbox has to offer from a mobile perspective if these are native mobile games that they're going to be offering in their own store? If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.